Hey guys, it's your buddy Doomy here, and we're gonna go down the deep rabbit hole called fat liberation. Hashtag fat liberation, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Now, you might think, oh wow, it's kind of weird that you, Doomy, would be talking about fat liberation. Well, who else is gonna talk about it this way? I don't support it. I don't think it's liberating being obese. There's nothing liberating about what we're about to watch, okay? There's nothing liberating about having to wear an oxygen tank on a plane, okay? There is nothing liberating about having to purchase 2 plane seats and then have the audacity to complain that the airlines are changing their seat sizes yearly, okay? Delusion is not liberation, okay? And that's something we gotta start fucking talking more about. But if you haven't already, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more content. We're gonna have a video coming out every Monday now. That's right, we've set a schedule, guys. I know. So exciting. So, with that being said, let's hop right in. I went ahead and I put in just fat TikTok here, as you can see. I decided to hit the fat liberation hashtag. I don't know, where do we begin? Okay, let's start here.
And the best part of this plan is no one can stop me. And the best...
Okay, hang on. Don't travel. We don't want you on the plane. That's what the comment says. When you get a comment like this, but you're still gonna travel, and gonna encourage other fat people to travel too, all while fighting for better policies for plus-size travelers.
No one can stop me. And
I'm gonna stop you. I am. I'm gonna stop you. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm a fat person and I'm so fucking sick of it. I'm so sick of it. It makes me look bad, okay? I'm particularly, centered in reality. I'm honest with myself. I am overweight, okay? And I'm also honest with myself. If I can't fit in the fucking plane seat, I'm not gonna blame the fucking airline. Fighting for better policies for plus size travelers, to me, how about you fight for, plus size travelers to live longer and maybe hit the gym? You know what I'm saying? Count J Bay official. Let's see what we got going on here. Now, I just want to, before we go down, we have somebody here that's advocating for the world to change because they can't fit in it. Okay? That's fair enough to say. Let's see if there's anything that has to do with the gym on the account, okay? Because it matters, okay? Don't hate me for it, it matters. Here we go. Scrolling down, we're going to do a quick scroll down. Okay, here we go. We got Operation Fat Liberation, okay. We see working out. Okay, let's scroll down. Okay, so she's in a pool. That counts. You know what? I'll give her that. Swimming is a good form of exercise. Okay, we got some plain content here. Okay, she swims. I'll give you that. Swimming is a good form of physical activity. All right, nothing. Other than the videos of her in a pool, which, we've seen the one video of her working out. I think I saw, here we go. Let's watch this.
Today, I'm headed to All Body Strong to do a boxing class, and I am so freaking excited. I cannot wait to take you along with me. I cannot wait to see how this experience goes. As a fat ambulatory wheelchair user, I have not felt comfortable in a gym space in a long time. I'm taking you along with me, and I'll let you know how it goes after I'm done. Welcome to All Body Strong, the first fat-owned and operated gym in the Pacific Northwest, designed to be inclusive for all bodies. This gym was thoughtfully created with fat liberation at its core. From high capacity equipment to inclusive seating, every detail ensures accessibility and comfort for everybody, no matter their body size or mobility needs. The space itself is awesome, welcoming, accessible, and filled with thoughtful touches like body positive artwork and even a bidet in the bathroom. This right here is Coach Chris. She's helping me get wrapped up for our boxing class. She's a great coach and so much fun to be around. She made sure Jake and I had the best time. I got to experience the boxing class and I did it seated. This was my first ever seated workout, led by Coach Chris of Fat Fist of Fury. And let me tell you, it was empowering. For the first time ever, I worked out in a space that not only accepted me, but celebrated me. And doing the class seated, game changing. This was the first time I've ever enjoyed a workout class, and it's because I felt seen, supported, and celebrated every step of the way. It was fun, it was liberating, and it reminded me that fitness can be for everybody. All Body Strong reminds us that everybody can work out. Coach Chris and the entire team are incredible at adapting workouts to keep everybody safe and included. Christina and Will, the owners of All Body Strong, have truly built something special here. This gym is more than a place to work out. It's a community rooted in fat liberation and inclusion. All right, guys, I just finished the boxing session at All Body Strong. That was the most powerful I have ever felt as a fat person doing activity. I am probably going to cry about it at some point, but right now I have so much more fat liberation celebration to do in the city of Portland. You have to go to All Body Strong. Honestly, that was a life-changing experience for me. As a fat person, I've never felt welcome in a gym setting, let alone celebrated. And what just happened, me and my partner had the best time. That is the most physical activity I've done in so long, and I feel so good and so strong. I cannot thank Coach Chris of All Body Strong. I cannot thank Christina of All Body Strong or Will of All Body Strong enough, because that experience was truly, truly life-changing. So thank you, All Body Strong. All Body Strong is proof that we can create spaces where everybody belongs.
So I wanted to finish the video before I commented on it. I'll be the first to say that that was really hard. But, fuck, where do I even begin, guys? Every single gym that I have been to, I've been to Planet Fitnesses, Shapes, just hotel gyms. And, you know, like, I've never felt unwelcomed in a gym. And I just want to highlight how she was happy to go. She was feeling great. You know, she said the strongest she's felt in a while. She hasn't done any physical activity. And that's the message that this person should be pushing. Instead of this constant, you know, victim card. I'll put it like that. This constant victim card, because she herself said she hasn't done any physical activity for a while. So that tells me a few things, and I don't even need to say it. What bothers me is, as a fat person that has started to go to the gym, it is liberating. It feels fantastic to earn your strength, and it feels fantastic to lose the weight and see your body changing because of the work that you put into it. I think that anybody you've met at the gym, for me personally anyway, I found that a lot of the people that are at the gym, in fact, some of the most fittest people at the gym used to be 400 pounds or 300 pounds, you know, like, or 200 pounds. Like, these people used to be on the bigger side, and they went to the gym, took accountability for their bodies, and, you know, didn't ask the world to change for her or him, you know? People want us to celebrate them every step of the way. But that's just not how life works, you know? Life is not, there is nobody cheering you on every step of the way in life. You need to get your fucking ass up, and you need to go change your life yourself. Simple as that. You can make as many excuses as you want. You can blame whomever you want. And what the problem is that we also have a society that has a very large number of people that play the victim card before, one, taking accountability, two, being proactive to begin with and wouldn't even know where to start, and worst of all, too ignorant to ask any questions about where to start. You know, and three, people that just would rather collectively complain than change. That's my little rant about that one. You know, I was excited. I'm happy to see her in the gym, even if she was sitting. You know, I can understand that if you're at that particular size, it would be hard to stand for a long time. But also, if you can stand and carry your luggage, if you could stand and carry your food, if you can stand and do that, you could have at least showed us some footage of you standing and trying to push yourself instead of fucking sitting the whole time. It would have been nice.
Too long, fat people have faced systemic oppression in healthcare, education, employment, and public spaces. But we're saying no more. The body justice movement is more than just a cause. It's a fight for freedom, dignity, and equality for fat individuals. At the center of this movement is the Fat Equality Bill of Rights, outlining the protections fat people need, and the Fat Accessibility Act, which will set standards for size inclusivity in every public sector. This isn't just about rights, it's about human rights. Join us in demanding a world where everybody is respected, valued, and seen. Sign the petition today at change.org/fatequality. Take the survey. Everything is linked up in my bio. Be part of the movement for body justice. Together, we can make the world a more inclusive place for all of us.
Okay. So I could agree that there should be some sort of accessibility for large people. I think that there is a line. I think that having accessibility for people is important. And I understand that you can't change that you're 600 pounds when you have to go to Kentucky, tomorrow. I understand you can't change that. You can't fit the belt extender at that point, 2 seats, 100%. Or buy first class. Seats are bigger, right? You have to understand that there are consequences to your decisions, and you being overweight and obese is already a consequence of its own with the health problems you face and the issues you face already day to day. But trying to fit in this world so desperately enough to deny the fact that this could kill you without fitting a standard, a beauty standard. I'm not going to the gym to fit a beauty standard. I'm going to the gym because I don't want to die at a premature age. I'd like to spend as much time with my partner as I can. And just getting older, you realize that the people around you are the ones that suffer if you don't take care of yourself. So I'm at the age right now where I'm lucky. I'm turning it around. I'm not too old and it's not going to be too hard. But if I did hesitate, if I did wait, it would be. And that's just the reality. It's not systematic oppression that you cannot contain yourself and control what you eat. Okay? That's actually personal oppression, if you ask me.
You might think you hate fat people because of health, but the real reason is more complicated. The truth is fat phobia is deeply rooted in capitalism, racism, and misogyny. And it has nothing to do with someone's health. Capitalism thrives off insecurity. Companies make billions off diet culture, selling weight loss products and services that promise happiness, success, and acceptance. Racism also plays a huge role in fat phobia, especially when it comes to Black, Indigenous, people of color. Society has long perpetuated these harmful stereotypes about these communities. Fatness is often weaponized against us in ways that are tied to radicalized tropes and oppression. Women, especially us fat women, are told constantly that our worth is tied to our appearance. We're expected to conform to narrow beauty standards that exclude us if we don't fit a certain size. These standards are rooted in sexism, designed to keep women feeling small, literally and figuratively.
What I've seen as a plus-sized woman who enjoys makeup, I enjoy beauty stuff and fashion, just as much as maybe the next gal, But I've found that it's not misogyny. It's actually us fellow women that set this standard, okay? Because reality versus what you see online and the videos and social media, the reality is that you should not take that seriously, guys. it has to be said. I'm not going to sit here and go, you should know this, because some of us don't. Some of us don't. And I've learned that in my journey. You should not take what you see in social media seriously. Everything is photoshopped and airbrushed. It's edited. Everything. I'm edited, you know? These colors that you see in this webcam, like it's like an edit. It's not real. It's not reality. It's not right in front of you guys. You guys have to remember that. And so when you're sitting here and you're claiming that it's misogyny, when you know it was Kim Kardashian, when you know it was the Kardashians, it was a huge, there's a line, quite a line, but particularly in my generation, essentially, it's the Kardashians that set the standard online. And as soon as there was this sex tape from Kim Kardashian, things went fucking downhill. Okay? It started with the lips, then it was the boobs, and then it was the fucking BBLs and the Botox, and then next thing you know it, Kim Kardashian saying she can't fucking sweat anymore, and because she's so pumped in with like, guys, it's not real. It's not real. They're not even real themselves anymore. You know, these are just alterations made to their natural selves. And then you add that with being airbrushed online, and then this is being posted for millions and millions of impressionable young women to see, okay? Men see it. Don't get me wrong. Men may have a standard at that point when that's all they're seeing online, right? When that's all women are doing, when that's all they're pushing, when everybody's getting cosmetic surgeries and stuff. What kind of do you expect when I think it's women pushing that standard overall? Because in reality, as a plus size woman, I never had a problem because I was a bigger gal. Maybe it's just because I'm filled with tons of personality. But, you know, I understand not everybody can have it all. You know, good looks, charms, personalities, I get it. Well, being serious, though, reality doesn't matter. It's not going to stop you from getting a job. It's not going to stop you from getting a man, from getting a woman. If you make sure you're waking up every day and trying to be the best version of yourself, then I think you're going to be okay. But if you listen to people online because you're sitting there and you're feeling bad for yourself because you're fat and you're like, rah, 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 rah. I feel bad about myself because I broke a fucking chair at the A&W, and now I need to feel validated because my feelings got hurt, because reality smacked you in the fucking head. Smacked you in the head when you hit the floor in that A&W, and it hurt your feelings. And it does hurt. It does, and it's okay that it does. It's okay that it hurt your feelings. But it shouldn't be just, I'm suddenly going to ball up and go look for validation from other fellow fat people online. It should be, I don't want that to happen again. And now, some of you do think that, but then you go, well, maybe the seat should be bigger in A&W. It's like, no. Like, you had the right thought. You just went the wrong direction. You found a direction that shouldn't have been possible. You found the victim card direction. And that's like a dark direction, you know? There had two paths. One we didn't even suggest.
Things straight. Food has no moral value. It's not good or bad. It's just food. And guess what? Fat people are allowed to eat what they want without justifying it to anyone. As someone who lives with an eating disorder, I've spent years unlearning the lies society tells us. Lies like, you have to earn your food, that you should feel guilty for enjoying it, that you have to work it off later. None of that is true. The truth is, food is fuel, food is joy, and food is connection. And fat people deserve to experience all of that without shame or judgment. Period. So, if my eating offends you, that's your problem, not mine. I refuse to shrink my body or my appetite to make you comfortable. My body, my rules, my food. End of story. Let's get one thing straight.
I'm sorry. I need to...
Food is fuel, food is joy, and food is connection. And fat people deserve to experience all of that without shame or judgment. Period. So, if my eating offends you, that's your problem, not mine. I refuse to shrink my body or my appetite to make you comfortable.
Then why don't you take your own advice? That's the nicest way I can put it. Take your own fucking advice. The world does not need to change because you're fucking fat, okay? Because I'm watching you take. There's one thing with having a snacky snack, okay? Snacky snacks are great. I get it. But you're eating like a whole ass, like extra large Dunkin' Donuts, extra large Starbucks, donut after donut. Like, I've never. What were the vegetables? Where are they? Where's the protein? I do see, though, a huge serving of fucking lack of accountability. A big serving of victim card. Because here is the thing is, she's saying, I refuse to shrink my body or my appetite to make you comfortable. It's ironic, isn't it? You might want to shrink your body and your appetite so that you're comfortable. It's not about us. It's about you. And that's why it's the wrong attitude. You should have a better attitude, and this isn't helping your relationship with food. As a person that has PTSD and used food as a coping mechanism, I have reshaped my relationship with food. It started with a 30-day challenge, and it ended up turning into a lifestyle where now my groceries, kind of reflect that lifestyle, and we don't buy junk food anymore. If you want a snack, if you want a cheat meal, you go out and you get it. That's just kind of how it is. An 80-20 rule isn't the worst thing in the world for you. And the scary part is just denying basic biology where you need certain nutrients for your body, and to continuously consume garbage like that and then to just complain about the world not being okay with you being fat. There's just so many layers to it. And I'm not trying to shit on her, but we're talking about the topic of being fat, right? So she's admitted she's fat. She knows she's fat. I'm fat. I know it. It's just the difference between the two of us is that I'm not going to sit here and and argue that the Canada Airlines need to change their airplanes to fit my fat fucking ass. Simple as that.
What's actually outrageous here is that we're forced to pay twice for the same accommodation anyone else gets with just one ticket. This isn't about giving fat people more, it's about accommodating basic needs. In Canada, they have a one person, one fare policy because they get it. In Canada, people who need more space aren't paying extra. They're paying for the space their body needs, no extra charge for something that should be basic. Meanwhile, in the US, fat people are still being forced to pay double for what should be a standard accommodation. And let's not forget, airline seats keep shrinking every year, making it even harder for people who already need extra space. Why is it that other countries, like Canada, recognize this as a basic need, but here in the US, airlines are still making money off our discomfort? It's time they stop profiting from our bodies and start treating everyone fairly. Check out change.org/plus-size travel.
First of all, okay, I want to show you guys the difference between the seats she's walking past, okay?
Is it that other countries,
These are
like Canada,
the 3-seaters in the row, okay? Look at the size.
more it's about accommodating
These first class seats, I guarantee she could fit in. Let me just
basic
look
needs.
at the size of those seats. Those are like much bigger. Like that's what I'm talking about is what are you showing us here? Like, what? You're upset that you have to buy 2 seats and that they're not going to give you 2 fucking cups of apple juice and 2 fucking little packages of crackers? Is that what you're fucking complaining about? Okay? And let's just, like, debunk this, like, airlines are changing every year to make their seats smaller. Like, really think about that. Just take the victim card out of your eyes. Just, toss it aside, tuck it away, and just think about that. Just logically. How much money do you think it would cost to rip out all the seats in all the airplanes every single year just to make them smaller and then pop them back in because they're oppressing fat people? Think about it, please. Think about it, I beg you. I beg you.
To make their products smaller every year. Then they blame us for not fitting. If your car got smaller every year, wouldn't you be pissed?
Editor, please, that little smirk after drinking that ginger ale. Magnify that for me. That is the most ignorant little smirk I've ever seen. Like, I really thought she had a gotcha moment. But again, like I said, really think about that. You think the airline is spending millions of dollars to rip out all the fucking seats out of their planes just to make them smaller? I'm going to put this into perspective for you guys. I'm a bigger gal. I can fit in a normal plane seat. Now, mind you, I did have to get a seat belt extender once, and that's basically when I realized I needed to lose some fucking weight. It was quite a humbling moment. In fact, I needed the seatbelt extender for just like less than an inch, just because it wouldn't fully buckle. And it was at that moment I was like, holy fuck, I never want to deal with that again. And I knew I was eating like shit. Okay, I knew that my health habits were terrible. So I knew that this was a self-made issue. Okay, this wasn't, oh, Air Canada, they must have made their seat smaller. Like, no, girl, your belly got bigger, and that's just the reality of it. I'm not gonna sit here and complain, you know. I'm just not gonna. And it really frustrates me when people play the victim card instead of like first looking inward, that there could possibly be a solution that might make you more comfortable. But it's just so much easier to blame everybody else.
What I ate for breakfast, fat edition. Bagel and cream cheese. Large iced coffee. Chocolate donut with sprinkles. Promises can always be made. We play the part just like it's your.
Okay. What I ate for breakfast as a fat person who is not on a diet. Did you see the size of that Dunkin' Donut drink? And then a fucking bagel with just tons of cream cheese whopped on it, and then a fucking donut. In the fat culture, I'll put it, that you have to be on a diet to eat healthy is just ridiculous. Like, what do you want? Do you want to go to, like, what these people want is they want to go to a gym where there's fucking chairs everywhere and sit down. They want to just move their arms and not have to actually do any physical activity other than walking to and from their chairs. They want to go and get their fucking Dunkin' Donuts, their bagels, their donuts. And then they just want to complain. Their bum or on their back. Yeah, you did so good. Thank you for coming and sitting down at the gym. At least you showed up. You're right. You know, there's the devil's advocate. At least they showed up. But come on. You want fucking plus size artwork on the wall? You know? That's not going to motivate you. Like, I'm sorry. Like, what do you want? You also want them to put fucking cupcakes on the wall? Is that going to make you feel better? Food can be great, okay? It can be awesome. And since I've reshaped my relationship with the food, I've actually come to enjoy it a lot more, especially when you're splurging on a cheat meal. But also, that doesn't mean that you can't make healthy food tasty. You know, I have my ways at this point. You just learn. You figure out what you like and you make the healthiest variation of that, and it makes an immense amount of changes. Anywho, that's all I've got for you today, you guys. I just wanted to talk about this. This is something that's been on my mind for a while, and I'm definitely going to be talking a lot more about, especially as a fat person who's currently on her own little fitness journey. So if you're interested, check it out on Instagram at Doomy Fitness. If you guys don't know as well, I have lots of other fantastic social media accounts that you can find in the description below. And if you like this video, please hit the like button because I would be oh so happy. And hell, hey, if you're going to do that, go that extra mile. Hit the subscription button. You know you want to. You know you want to. With that being said, guys, take care of yourselves, you know. Do what's best for you. Make sure, though, that it is in your best interest and put your best foot forward every day when you wake up. Till next time, guys, take care of yourselves. I love you guys. Bye.